like it's showtime. My name's Statham. I live in Canmore, Alberta. I've been a mountain guide for 23 years. I got started as an alpine climber and a rock climber when I was a kid, and loved it. Loved winter, loved ice climbing. Moved to Banff when I was 17 years old, and I've been doing this ever since. I'm a fully certified IFMGA mountain guide and a member of the Association of Canadian Mountain Guides. And I'm also a qualified avalanche planner, which means I can organize operations and set up avalanche forecasting programs. Every year is a little bit different, but some years are less, others are more. The main years are usually about 150 days a year, maybe 200 days a year. I had a babysitter who came by, so I was pretty young. He told me about how he'd been out rappelling that afternoon with his brother on these cliffs that were near our house, and it just kind of captivated me. For some reason, the idea of rappelling down a cliff really stuck with me. You know, I look back at it now, of course, it was all there. I was kind of into it from basically when I was a little tiny kid. But it wasn't until I was 15 when I got the chance to really grab a rope and try it for real. A lot of people think of waterfall ice climbing as this big flowing waterfall that freezes, but in fact, the best waterfalls to climb look like nothing but a water streak on rock in the summer. Especially thin, difficult climbing. It's really exciting, it's exhilarating. You look up at something and you think, God, can I do that? Can I not? You know, you got a lot of wrestling going on inside yourself. You know, I've spent a lot of time in places where I can't fall off. And that's what I really like about it. It's sort of strange to say you like that. If you fall off, you're going to get really hurt. When you're standing there facing a 20-meter fall, pretty focused. It's exhausting, actually. You know, a couple hours on the sharp end of a rope on your front points with the tools in, just kind of holding it there. You clip those anchors at the top and you're wiped. You know, sometimes you only got a couple of those in you a day when you're climbing something really hard. Sometimes it can be tough, you know, you find yourself out there on thin ice, you know, quarter inch, but there's a different kind of focus that comes when you're committed. Whether you're way up on an alpine climb, days from getting off, you can't go down, you have to go up. That's an amazing kind of place. When you make the switch between when you can still go home and when all of a sudden the fastest way home is to go up, it's amazing what happens to you and your mind and your body. Everything changes and you're going to get over the top of this thing because you got no choice. I spent 17 years, have a company called Alpine Specialists, largely working as an independent mountain guide. And that was fantastic. You know, lots of summers in the Canadian Rockies, and spring and fall were expeditions overseas, and winter was spent ice climbing or heli skiing or ski touring, that kind of stuff. And then when I was 34, I got an opportunity to make a pretty major shift and work for the National Park and help them with their avalanche forecasting systems and a lot of the risk assessment that we do. These days I have a great blend where I spend probably 2/3 of my time working for Canada's national parks, and the other third is out guiding, you know, old favorite clients of mine. We still do trips together every year, and I come here to Mustang and cat ski, and I go heli skiing up in the Caribous, and I get a chance to bring my son Ryan along with me, so things have really, I'm happy, things have evolved to a great place.